Pickleball. So what the heck is a pickleball and how do you play? Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's playing it. Let's dive into it.
Pickleball.
How do you play? Typically, pickleball is played with 4 players where it's 2 versus 2. That's called doubles. You can play 1 versus 1, which is called singles. But today we're going to look at doubles pickleball. This area close to the net is called the non-volley zone, or it's kind of commonly referred to as the kitchen. And what it is, this line here, when you're playing at the net, so it wouldn't be very fun or it wouldn't be very fair if I could just step in here and just take the ball and slam it out of the air like that. So when I'm here, the ball has to bounce and then I can hit it. I can only hit it out of the air if I'm behind this line, if I'm not in the kitchen. I can't be on the line. I can't be in the kitchen. I can't hit it out of the air and then go into the kitchen. I have to hit it out of the air and stay out of the kitchen. It's even a fault if I swing and touch the kitchen just to keep my balance. That's a fault. So the ball has to bounce, and then I can go in and get the ball. So that's the kitchen or the non-volley zone. When the game starts, it's 0-0-2. So pickleball is kind of strange in that it's got 3 scores. You have the actual score of each team. So team 1 has 0, team 2 has 0. And then the number 1 or 2 means either you're the first server or the second server. And how it starts at 2. The game starts at 0-0-2. In order to score, you have to be the serving team. So if I serve and we win the point, then that is 1. If I serve and we lose the point, then the ball goes to the other team and it's still 0-0, but now it's the first server. There's a few different kinds of shots in pickleball. And when I'm at the kitchen, okay, one of the most common shots is a dink. It's called a dink. And that's where the ball, I'm just going to hit it and just try to dink it over the net to the other side. So it's a short shot. It's not a hard shot. It's soft, usually. And it's just where I'm just kind of dinking it over the net. All right, another common shot in pickleball, kind of opposite of a dink, is called a drive. And that's where I'm going to hit the ball hard. So the ball might come here, and I'm going to hit it hard to the other side. I'm not hitting it soft. Probably the most fun shot in pickleball is the overhead smash. So you could be anywhere on the court, but let's say your opponent pops it up. So you hit overhead and smash the ball. Okay, let's review some gameplay footage and we'll talk through how you play the game. So as I talked about, Mark on my right here is going to serve the ball and start the game. Ben on the other end returns the serve, and we'll stop it right here because on the return of serve, you have to let that ball bounce before I can hit the ball or before Mark can hit the ball. So Ben returns the ball, it has to bounce, and then we can play the ball. And our goal is, you see how the other team is already at the net. Our goal is to get to the net. So I'm going to try to hit this ball, a third shot drop, and try to get to the net. Okay, you can see we're trying to get to the net. We're just slowly, we're hitting some dinks. And we got to the net, so now it's a battle at the net here where we're dinking back and forth. We get a high ball, and Ben hits it long and out. And so we're going to pause it right here. So now you'll notice Mark and I switched positions. Mark has moved to the left. I am on the right. And Mark started the game. He served at 0-0-2. And since we won that point, we get the point because we served. So Mark is now going to serve to Tim on the opposite side there in the white. And we are going to be leading the game 1-0-2. 1 meaning that we have 1 point, 0 that they have 0 points, and then 2 in that Mark is the second server of our 2 serves. He's second. So If we lose a point, the serve will go to the opposite side. All right, so Mark is serving to Tim, 1-0-2. Here we go. Same process, right? Mark hits a drive. Remember, that's a drive. Now we're up to the kitchen dinking, and I missed my dink. So now, since Mark was a 2, the ball goes to the other side for them to serve. All right, so Ben is going to serve to me. It is 0-1 and 1. Ben is the first server now on his team, and it's 0-1. So he's going to serve to me. I have to let it bounce. I return it. They have to let it bounce. Tim hits a shot, and it catches the line, and that is good. And so now you'll notice, watch Ben and Tim switch sides over there because they just scored. And now Ben is going to serve to Mark, and it's 1-1-1. They have one, we have one, and Ben is still the first server. So here we go. We got gameplay. We're both working to get to the kitchen. And I hit a pretty good dink there, and Tim couldn't get it. So they lost that point. And so what happens is now Ben is no longer serving. The ball goes over to Tim, and Tim serves it at, it's still 1-1. We didn't get a point because we didn't serve, but Tim is now the second server. So it's 1-1-2. And then now you'll see Tim, they just won that point. I hit that ball out of bounds. And so now Tim and Ben are going to switch positions again. And now Tim is serving. They have 2, we have 1, and he is the 2. So it's 2-1-2. Let's talk about for a second. There's the overhead, right? We talked about that shot earlier, an overhead smash. I got a high ball, and it was overhead. And so the ball comes back to us, right? Because Tim was the second server. And so since we won that point, they got their 2 serves, and now the ball turns over to our side. We did not get a point there because we didn't serve, but we did win the ball back. So I am now serving to Ben, and the score is 1-2-1. I am now the first server on this side. Since Ben and Tim each got a serve, now we'll do the same thing where both myself and Mark will get a serve. So, and then the game just goes on like this with the first team to 11 win by 2. So let's go ahead and watch this point here. I'm serving again. It's 1-2, and I'm a 1. That was a drive by Mark. Now a drop, another kind of drive, and he tries to catch out of the air and misses. So Ben and Tim won that point, but they don't get a point because we served. But now the ball moves over to Mark, and Mark serves the ball, and we're down 1-2. And Mark is the second server. And then I also missed that shot there into the net, and I'm frustrated, as you can tell. And so now we got to turn the ball back over to Ben and Tim. And now Ben is going to serve to me, and it's 2-1-1. They have 2, we have 1, and Ben is the first server. Tim hits it in the net. So again, no point is awarded. This can go on for a while because no point is awarded because they didn't serve. It's 2-1-2. So some speed ups right there. Mark hits the speed up. I try to overhead, and Tim plays good D, but Mark gets the overhead and puts it away. And now the ball comes back to us. It's still 1-2. The score has not changed. So it's 1-2, and now I'm back to being the first server. See if we can get another point scored here. Oh, I try to get crazy, and it doesn't work out for us. So notice guys, I don't have to stay on my side of the half of the court. Okay, I can move anywhere I want to. I just can't hit the ball out of the kitchen unless it bounces, if you remember that from earlier. So now Mark is serving. It's still 1-2-2. I hit a drive that time. Now we're dinking. We get into a little bit of a dink battle here, and Tim hits it in the net, and we finally have another point scored. You'll see that Mark and I switch positions. It is now 2-2, and Mark is the second server. Mark serves again. A little bit of a high third shot drop there, and that goes long. And so now, since Mark was the second server, the ball turns back over to the other team. And now Ben is going to serve. It's 2-2, and he is a 1. And we'll just do this for another minute or two so you guys get the idea. He served it out of bounds. So now the serve goes to Tim. It is 2-2-2. It's 2-2 in terms of points, and then Tim's the second server. And they didn't score any points there, and the ball comes back to us. Now Mark is serving. He's the first server. It's 2-2-1. And this is the flow, guys. It just goes around. I missed a drive. So now I'm serving as the second server, 2-2-2. And this is how the game is played, guys. Ooh, a high ball. Tim gets it overhead. We're still going. A good drop there. Another good drop. And I hit it in the net. Turns the ball over, goes back to the other side. And we're in a bit of a defensive low-scoring battle right now. It's 2-2-1. And Ben serves it out again. So it's 2-2-2. We'll just get one more point scored, and then we'll be done, guys. This is how you play pickleball. Okay, that was short 2, and that means that we get the ball back. It's still 2-2. Mark is the first server. And this is how you play, guys. You just keep playing. You keep playing, and first team that gets to 11 win by 2 points. That means you could win 11-9, you could win 11-3, you could win 16-14. It's just whoever win, you got to win by 2. So if it's 10-10 and you get to 11, the game is not over. You would have to get to 12 to win by 2, 12-10. And anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you like the video. Please like and subscribe. It goes a long way to help me get my videos out in front of more people, and just really helps out the channel. And love ending on the overhead smash there, guys. Have a good one.